For the Detroit Lions, they are clearly the kings of the NFC North. But don't tell that to Packers or Bears fans who think that they are going to dethrone the Lions. The problem is that they're being so disrespectful that they definitely need to get an ass whooping. We're going to talk about it in this episode, folks, so stay tuned.
What are we? What makes us what we are and what we're going to be? It's grit. It's what we started with last year, guys. Doesn't matter if you have one ass cheek and 3 toes. I will beat your ass.
Can definitely compete with the big dogs.
10-5 end zone touchdown Detroit Lions.
You guys are unbelievable, man. I'm telling you.
We are driven by Detroit.
Hello, old Detroit Lions fans, and welcome on back to yet another episode of MCM Motor City Mania. I'm your host, David T. Pike, and as always, we're diving on in. Here's the thing, folks. I have always been a very, very diehard Detroit Lions fan. And I would be willing to bet that most of my viewership, most of any Lions viewership, is a diehard basis. Because when we're talking about sports, usually fandom is rooted in this whole idea of, hey, we are diehards of the team that we are representing, that we have a fandom for. And you know what? That's great. I don't care what team you call yourself a fan of. It's like, hey, that's your team. You represent that team. And that's all well and good. But here's where I have a bit of a problem with certain other fans and how they go about representing themselves. Because here's the thing. I don't know what it is, but this offseason, the Detroit Lions, it's a very weird position for Lions fans to be in because we are not used to being the top dog in the NFC North. It's not a position that we are used to being in comparison to the other teams, whether it's the Bears, whether it's the Packers, whether it's the Vikings. That is a position to where, hey, you know what? We haven't won a division title since 1993 until this year. So you're talking about something that hadn't happened in 30 years. We hadn't won a playoff game since 1991. So again, something that hadn't happened in 30 plus years. So everything that happened last year in 2023 was a very, very unusual occurrence for Lions fans. And I'm not saying it to be like, oh, well, you know, I'm trying to give heedance to the other side of the argument. I'm just simply stating facts for what they are. Because the reason I'm stating those facts is going to be an important note once we get a little bit further into this episode, once we get a little bit further into the segment. I don't know what it is, but it's like as if the fact that the Lions winning the NFC North, the fact that the Lions won 2 playoff games, the fact that the Lions got to the NFC Conference Championship game, all of these facts, all of this reality that happened last year, I don't know what it is, but it seems to have elicited a response from our rivals where they have just absolutely got this just distasteful thought process, this just absolutely negative, bitter taste in their mouth, and they cannot seem to stand it. They can't comprehend it. They refuse to understand it. Because for them, it's like, listen, the Lions have been such an afterthought in the NFC North that the fact that we all of a sudden won, the fact that we're now in charge, the fact that we're atop of the division, it just to them is something like, oh my God, this is just completely unnatural. We are not going to accept it. We refuse to accept it, blah, 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 blah. And to me, it's like, okay, here. I get that, again, because of the fandom, that you're going to have that response. But how these rivals have responded in regards to the Lions being now the top dogs, oh my Lord. It is like the fandoms of especially the Bears and the Packers. Not as much the Vikings. I'm going to say that right out front. The Bears and the Packers fandoms, oh my Lord, Atlanta, they have literally lost their damn minds. It is like somebody just hit the loony bin and just said, hey, we're going to let all of the freaking loony bin fans that are Bears and Packers fans out and let them just go on a freaking rampage. Because I tell you this, I've said it before, I'll say it again. I am on social media just about everywhere when it comes to sports. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Facebook. Hell, I even have Instagram, and I don't use Instagram. I don't post Instagram, but I use it because I know a lot of other people use it. The point of the matter is I am everywhere, so that way there's always something about news, something about what's going on in the rest of the NFL that I can always be first to get, whether or not I actually push it out first or not, I don't care. I'm always trying to get the most up-to-date news and the most up-to-date opinions and responses. But my God, these Bears and Packers fans, they are just absolutely losing their damn minds. Like, they are just going all over with the freaking nonsense of this upcoming 2024 season. Pardon me, I tripped over my tongue there. But I swear, let's actually kind of address it here. When you think about probably the most disrespectful freaking rival that we've had in this offseason, probably not just to the Lions fans, but to practically every single freaking rival in the entire NFC North this offseason, it's the freaking Bears. The Bears fans this year, I don't know what has made them feel like they have something to be so, proud and mighty about, that they can boast themselves like a damn peacock. But it's like, dude, they are literally they are so prideful, so boastful that they're like, oh yeah, we are about to freaking just spank everybody in the NFC North. The Lions, they're going back to the basement. The Packers, blah, blah, blah. It's like, dude, it's like, I get the fact that you drafted Caleb Williams. I get the fact that you got Odonze, whatever. I don't freaking care at this point. Because of how little respect the Bears have given the rest of the NFC North, especially the Lions. I don't give a damn about their players. I don't give a damn how you pronounce their names. That's how fed up I am with Bears fans. Bears fans have simply taken this Caleb Williams craze, this offseason craze about all the players they've added. They have taken it way too damn far. Again, I get fandom. I get being a fanatic. But it's like, dude, you have to find a way to reel it in. You have to find a way to keep things based in logic, based in reality here. Because for me, it's like, okay, let's think about this, Bears. Let's think about this, Bears fans. For anybody that might decide to watch this, which I doubt there'll be any, or maybe few, but I don't really care. Let's just put it out there for what it is. The Bears last year went 7-10. Okay, you guys had a losing season. You guys showed some flashes of life. But let's understand something here. Just because you went out and you got Caleb Williams in the draft, that does not mean literally jack diddly poo. Again, I have watched enough football to know this for a fact. Just because you draft the best quarterback in the freaking NFL draft does not mean a damn thing. And I don't care if he is a generational talent. You want to know why I don't care he's a generational talent? Because the last guy that was considered a generational talent has been largely average since he got into the damn NFL. I'm talking about Trevor Lawrence, who just literally got himself a mega deals contract for virtually doing very little of anything with the Jacksonville Jaguars. With the Jacksonville Jaguars, Trevor Lawrence has got one playoff win, one divisional title. That's it. And the Jaguars decided to reward him with a 5-year, $275 million contract. Dude, for doing so little, they practically broke the damn bank for him. But yet, you have these Bears fans that are taking that freaking extremism to a whole nother level. You have Bears fans that are going out there and saying, oh yeah, Caleb Williams, he's going to be the next greatest quarterback of all time. He's going to freaking, make Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady look like nothing. And it's like, dude, the guy has not even taken one damn professional snap in the NFL. He's got no professional experience. But yet you've got these Bear fanatics, you've got these Bear loony bins that are just absolutely going all off on Caleb Williams. And it's like, dude, I'm telling you this right now. I cannot wait. As a Lions fan, I cannot wait for when Aiden Hutchinson, Ali McNeil, or damn near anybody else on our defense literally plants Caleb Williams into the ground like a freaking steak. I cannot wait for it. Because it'll be like, okay, you wanted to make all the fuss about this player. Now you're about to get an ass whooping. Now you're about to learn your place. Now you're about to be taken out to the woodshed, and your rookie quarterback that you've been touting up all damn offseason, he's about to bear the brunt of your stupidity because you could not learn how to shut your damn mouth. I'm sorry, that's where Bears fans have gotten with me. Is like, dude, you guys are so damn arrogant. You guys are so damn disrespectful that you know what? I hope that our players literally give your players an ass whooping they will never forget. And then I hope and pray that the Bears players will be like, yeah, Bears fans, could you please not say anything because you damn pissed off the Lions and we had to bear the brunt of it. That's what I would love to happen. I know it's not going to happen, but boy, would it ever make me smile from ear to ear like the damn Joker if it were to do so. The point of the matter is that to put this all in a summation about the Bears fans have made the expectations around Caleb Williams and the Bears themselves this offseason so damn absolutely outlandish and ludicrous, there is absolutely no way that they're going to live to it. I'm sorry. If you really realistically think, you got Bears fans that are saying, I've literally seen this and I don't understand where people are going with this, but there's Bears fans out there saying that their team's going to go 17-0, 15-2, 16-1, whatever the case is, and I'm like, dude, you are not going to go from 7-10 to having a damn near perfect record in one season. It's not going to happen. And it's especially not going to happen when you've got the Packers and the Lions, who are easily the much better teams out of your team by far. If you honestly think that you're just going to come in and you're going to steamroll the rest of the NFL with a rookie quarterback, you are in for a sad, very rude, painful awakening. You are literally setting yourself up to be the punching bag of the NFC North, because I'm telling you this right now, it's not Lions fans that are getting sick and tired of Bears fans. It's Packers fans. It's Vikings fans. The entire NFC North looks at the Bears fans and it's like, okay, you're the little brother that never learns when to shut up. So it's like, okay, we need to put you in your place. That's why Bears fans are on my literal, crap list right now, because they cannot learn when to shut the hell up, especially about Caleb Williams. That's number one. Number two, Packers fans. Now, Packers fans are kind of like 1B to the Bears being 1A. Packers fans, I'll give them their due credit. They have had a long history of success. They've had a long, rich history of, being winners, blah, 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 blah. And you know what? Last year, the Packers team, they exceeded all expectations when they went 9-8, first and foremost, had a winning record. But on top of that, they got into the playoffs. They absolutely destroyed the freaking competition that they had in the very first round. They did a very great job. But again, there are Packers fans out there that think, hey, you know what? We're all of a sudden now going to retake the NFC North, and the Lions are just going to go and fade into obscurity again. It's like, dude, do you not know how the Lions have been built over the last 3 years? Do you not realize that this is a completely different type of Lions organization, a completely different type of Lions mindset than what you have seen over the last 20 years? If you all of a sudden think that, hey, we had our one moment in the sun, and we're just going to revert to another 15, 30 years of obscurity, I'm sorry, but you got another thing coming. It's not going to happen. That's not how Brad Holmes rolls. That's not how freaking Dan Campbell rolls. That's not how this team rolls. You are not just going to all of a sudden think that just because, hey, the Packers over the last 20, 30 years have controlled the NFC North and NFC Central and was still around, that, hey, you know what, we had a down year, but now all of a sudden we're going to roll off 5 or 6 more years of winning the division just because, hey, we're the Packers. No. I don't give a damn who you think you are. You still got to beat the Lions. You still got to take us out before you can officially say we are the champions of the NFC North again. Because I'm telling you this right now. While the Packers, like I said, they exceeded all expectations last year. They did a great job last year for what their team was actually supposed to do. You have to understand this. We're gonna give them their fair due for having the regular season that they had. Because they had to go through some adversity of their own, which I, as a Lions fan, I can respect that because we've had to go through a lot of adversity over the last couple of years. But if all of a sudden you're going to say that, hey, because we won a playoff game last year, that makes us something important. That means that we're on the right track. Okay, time out here. Who the hell did you win against? Oh, that's right. You won against the one team in the playoffs that is a perpetual choke artist. The damn Dallas Cowgirls, affectionately more known as the Cowboys. Every single time those losers get into the playoffs, at least ever since the 2000s, they almost always choke. And so it's like, I have very little respect if you beat the freaking the Cowboys in the playoffs. Because it's like, dude, they almost always choke. And when they don't choke, it's because the refs are helping them out. The refs are giving them the wins. It's not like the Cowboys have gone into any sort of game in the playoffs and have absolutely dominated an opponent where it's like, yeah, the refs didn't have to help them out. They actually handled business on their own. It's either they lose because they choke on the game or because the refs help them out and that's how they win the game. It's not like the Cowboys are such a great team that all of a sudden they can just go into the playoffs and win all by themselves. That's not how that works. But let's understand something here. Probably the main reason why I have a big issue with the Packers is, again, because one certain individual did not learn the fact that, hey, if you're going to poke the beast, if you're going to rile up a fan base, you're going to rile up a team, you better be prepared to pay the piper. You better be prepared to lose a pound of flesh in the process. And I'm talking about the Packers GM. I don't know why he thought that taking a shot at the Detroit Lions for hanging our divisional banner in freaking Ford Field was a good idea by saying, oh, well, we don't hang divisional banners at Lambeau Field. Oh, really? You think you're so proud? You think you're so good? You think that you are above that? Okay, fine. I tell you this right now. The Lions fans, I've said it before, and I've also said the same thing about the Lions themselves. I'm telling you this. We may not listen to what other teams say. We may not listen to what other people outside of the Lions might say. But we definitely hear, we definitely have long memories, and we definitely keep damn receipts. Brad Holmes does, Jared Goff does, Dan Campbell does. And I guarantee you this, that when it comes time to play the Packers, they're going to remember that little comment. They're going to remember that snide little remark. And they're like, oh, you think that hanging banners of a divisional championship at your field is not considered good enough for you because you're the Packers. Well, I can guarantee you this. The Lions are going to send the Packers packing. That's why I'm telling you. I believe that the Packers, even though they're not as disrespectful as the Bears, it's literally 1A versus 1B. The Packers, because of their GM and because of how proud the Packers fans have been over the last, 20, 30 years, they also deserve to get a resounding smackdown, a resounding beatdown. So that's number 2. That's the Packers. Now there's the third team. The Vikings. I'm actually going to be honest. The Vikings this year have actually not said a whole lot, as far as their fans anyway. Vikings fans, this is the only group that actually so far has been relatively quiet. And I'll be honest, I believe it's because they actually realize that, hey, we're not exactly going to be competing for the division this year or probably anytime soon because the Vikings right now are literally at the bottom of the division because they're kind of having to restart everything over. They don't have their franchise quarterback. They drafted a quarterback in J.J. McCarthy, but just because you drafted a quarterback doesn't necessarily mean they're the franchise guy. They still have to go out and prove it. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, Bears fans, I'm still going to be holding that one over you. The point of the matter is this. Vikings fans realize, hey, we've got to rebuild and reinvent the team because it's like, listen, we have a couple of pieces, but we still need to reinvent the wheel for our team before that way we can start actually talking some smack about the rest of the NFC North because it's like, listen, the Lions are clearly number 1. The Packers are clearly number 2. And then because of the fact that, hey, you know what, depending upon how you want to argue with Bears fans, you could make an argument that maybe the Vikings are number 3 or the Bears are number 3, but it's quite plainly obvious. Lions and Packers are 1 and 2. Whoever you want to put as number 3 or number 4 in the NFC North, I frankly don't care. But we have to understand something here. There's a reason why the Vikings have not been saying anything. They realize they don't have a leg to stand on. And trying to talk smack towards the rest of the NFC North is simply not a good idea. But at the same time, my whole point is this. I take a look at the rest of the NFC North and it's like, listen, the Lions are in charge of the NFC North until duly stated otherwise. And I believe that it's like, listen, when the Lions were in the basement, we had to give our respect, even though it freaking was a bitter pill to swallow against the Packers, the Vikings, or the Bears. It was like, listen, whenever they won, it's like, yep, you know what, you guys, you won the division. You guys earned it. You guys got there. We may not have liked it. We may not have wanted to say it, but we definitely did because it's like, hey, they earned it. I would like to hear a Packers fan, a Bears fan, a Vikings fan say, hey, you guys earned it, and until otherwise stated, we have to earn it back. I don't want to hear a Packers fan or a Bears fan just start saying, yeah, we're going to take it back. Prove it. Show it. And until otherwise stated, until otherwise proven or shown, I got one phrase for you. Shut the hell up and sit the hell down. That is what I got for the Packers fans. That's what I got for Bears fans. Not so much for Vikings fans, but I'm going to throw them in there too because they're rivals all the same. But anyway, I figured I'd talk about this because, again, I see so much of this on freaking social media that I just could not say something about this. I'm so freaking tired of disrespectful fans from our rivals just absolutely begging for an ass kicking. And I'm telling you this right now, I can't wait till the regular season starts. And I especially can't wait till we play the Bears and the Packers because it's like, dude, you guys have been having it coming for a long time now, and the offseason, all it's going to do is going to continue to fester that open wound. And I cannot wait until we give you the ass whooping you deserve. But having said that, I'm going to end the episode, and I just want to say thank you all for watching in another episode of MCM Motor City Mania. If you like what you saw, by all means, highly encourage y'all to watch the next episode. I also want to encourage y'all, please do one of these three things. Like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. If by chance you subscribed in the past, you forgot to do so at the time, or you just subscribed and not had a chance to do so, again, highly encourage y'all, please, to subscribe. But I also encourage y'all, please, to make sure you hit that bell notification icon as well, so that way you guys never miss any more content that I push out. Also encourage y'all to share the content with your Lions friends and family members. Share it here on YouTube, share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook, share it anywhere and everywhere you can with everybody and anybody that you can. The more we can share it, the greater the channel grows, the greater the channel has a reach, which means the more people we can bring in. And with that being said, to everybody, I hope you all enjoyed the content. I hope you all are having a great day. I hope you all got something that makes you happy, makes you smile. God bless, and until the next time we meet, I'll see you all in the next episode.